Hello everyone, and welcome back to one of my occasional 40k discussion videos. I keep meaning to do more of these, but other people have covered a lot of the topics I want to talk about, and there isn't really too much exciting for me to go over. However, I do want to do one covering the Siege of Terra series, actually, because I think there's lots of interesting stuff going on in those novels I'd like to talk about, but that's for another time. Today, what I was thinking was, someone was talking about the new Death Guard Codex having come out, and they were wondering, it would be cool to see the Emperor's Children Codex, or the World Eaters. And my brain stopped and went, well, bullshit, they're never going to do that. But then I double took, and went, no, they could do that. And then my brain started going over how and what it would look like. So I thought I'd share them with you and just pose a few theories. So, my initial theory thought I came up with once I thought about it was they're not going to do it, or I highly doubt they're going to do a full-on separate codex like they did for the Death Guard and the Thousand Sons. I don't believe there is enough that differentiates those legions from other Chaos Space Marine warbands or the main Chaos Space Marine book that could justify such a thing. I think they would do it like codex supplements, like the first founding chapters had, back in 8th and I guess 9th edition now. So they would do it as supplements rather than do it as a full-on codex, although GW being GW, profits kind of rule, so they could do them as full codexes and just squeeze as much as they can out of them. But my thought is you'd do it as codex supplements, and you would add a few new units, new fluff, new relics, new things like that, and you bring out a few new model lines for them, and sort of just go with what you can get. So I was thinking, what would those look like? Well, we'll start with the Emperor's Children. I think you'd follow the tradition, so you'd need a character model, you'd need a new unit of baseline infantry, maybe a vehicle or a second unit, possibly elite. So I think a new Lucius, a new Eidolon would be good, because you got Fabius Bile. Lucius needs a model upgrade, his one's pretty old now. And Eidolon is mentioned as being around in 40k, however he's never had a 40k model. So I think an Eidolon model would be actually quite cool. I would never get it, because I'm a loyalist, but I'm just throwing it out there for the heretics out there. As for model lines itself, well, Plastic Noise Marines, definitely a good one. I'd try and put them in between the classic heavy metal guitar Noise Marine and the more modern Sonic Cannon Noise Marines. Kind of somewhere in between. Throw a guitar in the kit, just for fun. Now, next thing I would probably add for them is, I reckon, Slaaneshi Cultists. The new Slaanesh Cultists for Age of Sigmar look brilliant. I love them. I must admit, I thought they were going to take the sexy out, but they're quite alluring without being slutty. So I reckon that's a good balance for Slaanesh. So maybe a box of those cultists, but replace, the bows and swords with, say, auto guns or las rifles or something like that. And you'd probably have a serviceable kit. Keep the pain flaying knives and whips and things. So you could do cultists, Plastic Noise Marines, Eidolon or Lucius. I reckon also you could probably do the Phoenix Guard as well. I mean, the Death Guard got the Blight Lord Terminators, so 40k versions of the 30k Phoenix Guard would actually be pretty cool. I would quite like that a lot. So that would be quite nice to see. So, and maybe if you're going for vehicles, Brain thinks Slaaneshi Hell Knight, but I reckon that's more of a Chaos Knight idea. But surely you could come up with a, Slaaneshi vehicle, like the Mad Max Orchestra vehicle. A Slaaneshi version of that. Now that would be nice. So, yeah, for Emperor's Children, I reckon Codex Supplement, 1 to 2 new characters, new box of Noise Marines, and either vehicle or some elites. As I said, Phoenix Guard or something like that. That would be pretty cool. And Slaanesh has a little bit more of a outlandish thing than some of the other, than Chaos Undivided or Night Lords or anything. So you could probably, I reckon that's the more model heavy one you could go for. Like, that would be more likely to get its own codex than the World Eaters. And the main thing for the World Eaters is there really isn't much for them. Khorne Berserkers is about it. Now, there actually is more Khorne things out there. There's, you know, the Khorne vehicle Skull Taker? Can't remember. It's the Khorne vehicle with the belly cannon and the giant axe. So there are actually Khorne things out there. However, when it comes to World Eaters and baseline infantry, your mind just goes to Khorne Berserkers. That's it. Now, you could actually do some more models for them, but you'd need to plumb the depths a little. Now, there's already a new 8th edition or modern edition Khan model, so you can't really do one for Khan. But you could try and come up with a new character, although I reckon they'll take the lazy approach and just do a new upgraded plastic box of Khorne Marines. However, you could do Red Butchers, or Rampagers, or perhaps a World Eaters Dreadnought, or Hellbrute. That would be quite cool if you wanted to plumb the Horus Heresy depths for some weapons or unit ideas. So there is stuff there. However, there's not as much you can do with Khorne because of, you know, Khorne's basically melee orientated, Khorne Berserkers fairly bog standard stuff. Then you can do with Slaanesh, which is a little bit more nuanced, or Nurgle that's far more different, or the Thousand Sons that are far more different again. So Khorne's definitely, and the World Eaters are definitely the losers out of this. However, I have failed to mention the two obvious elephants in the room, and that is Plastic Demon Fulgrim and Plastic Demon Primarch Angron. Now, I reckon I definitely agreed with using, I mean, I've seen some awesome conversions of Fulgrim's, you know, Demon Primarch model using Morathi from Age of Sigmar. That's pretty cool. But some plastic models of the two Primarchs would be pretty good, and I reckon it would definitely add to any codex or codex supplement coming out. However, again, that's kind of a, I imagine that's more of a bigger term thing. However, that's certainly an option. So, yeah, just a quick little short video there, but let me know what you think. Do you like the idea of using them? I'll edit that out. Do you like the idea of the Emperor's Children getting a codex or a codex supplement? What would you want to see in it? Do you think there's actually more for the World Eaters that could justify them having their own, you know, separate codex or codex supplement beyond the standard sort of warrior stuff? Let me know down below, because I do like to think about these sort of things. So thank you very much for listening if you did. If you did actually sit through this, then congratulations, Stalwart Yeoman. Have a cookie. And I shall see you again another time.